with Kirk any limitations? Because I know in OTAs there was no contact, and now there will be.
Yeah, it was no limitations. I think the precaution of Kurt, I think it was pretty much helpful from how we go about business of not keeping people away from him. And now there'll be people to be around him, and you feel comfortable with that and moving forward and doing some of those things. You know, obviously some of his limitations are coming out individual drill and some of our movement, making sure we don't wear him out to the point that we want to get all the team reps with him. So he's fired up. The team's fired up. The limitations for him, you won't notice either. That'll just be our own modification that we do, just being smart.
Do you think you'll play in preseason or too early to tell?
You know, we're in block 1 right now. You know, so it's like, hey, block 1, now speaking these blocks, right, we're talking about today, right, being our acclimation day 2, being a jog through period, getting right into 2 practices to another jog through, then we get to block 2. And then once we get to block 2, we'll have a low practice, medium practice, jog through, high impact practice, day off. So like, I want to get to block 1 first to make some of those decisions, you know. Don't want to make something from 3 weeks from now that we don't have to make now. So we'll see, and what we need and how we need it. You know, really excited for the most part about getting to our joint practice with Miami. You know, that you look forward to some of those things and how you're going to get into it as opposed to thinking about some of the preseason stuff.
Bro, how much does that equate to installation, both offensively and defensively, as far as you ramping up and as well as being able to evaluate players but still install them?
So for us, what we want to do is really ramp it up mentally. Right, hence the jog through, right? So when you go jog through, you take a little bit off the physicality of everything that you're doing. You want to ramp it up from a mental standpoint, right? So the install 1 may be a little bit heavier than the one you got back in the day, right? We ramped that thing up to the install, so it's a lot of the stuff that we did in the spring, a lot of stuff that we did, you know, kind of a master's class, so to speak, that you're able to get into a little bit when you get to the spring. We're able to get that thing today, especially when you're going a bit slower, right? You get the immediate feedback, you get the boards out there you can look at. We can talk to those guys in a slower fashion. We better split the fields up, maximize the reps. It's a real exciting time when you talk about some of those things. Everybody has a different approach. This is just the approach that we decided to take this year.